Hello students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. In the last module, we discussed about the factors affecting globalization. Here in this module, we are going to discuss about the role of WTO in the process of globalization. The full form of WTO is that World Trade Organization. The World Trade Organization is an intergovernmental organization that is concerned with the regulation of international trade between nations. Headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. It was founded on 1st January 1995. Around 164 countries are member of this WTO. Uh, Leader is Roberts Azevedo. Purpose is reduction of tariff and other barriers to trade, and around 640 staffs are working in this WTO. So this was a brief information about WTO. So we have seen that the liberalization of foreign trade and investment in India was supported by some very powerful international organizations. These organizations say that barriers to foreign trade and investments are harmful. There should be no barriers. The trade between countries should be free. All countries in the world should liberalize their policies. Liberalize. Liberalize means making the trade policies easier for trade activities, like reducing the tax barrier, trade barriers, making the licensing policies easier. World Trade Organization is one such organization whose aim is to liberalize the international trade. This was started at initiative of the developed countries, because developed countries were trying to get a scope for expanding their business, expanding their development process all over the world. And in this interest, they founded this WTO, and this WTO now trying to liberalize the policies of different developing countries, where the developed countries can enter as a trade purpose. And WTO establishes rules regarding international trade and sees that these rules are obeyed. At present, 164 countries of the world are currently member of WTO. Though WTO is supposed to allow free trade for all, in practice it is seen that the developed countries have unfairly retained trade barriers, and they are objecting for the trade barriers imposed by the developing countries. They themselves have some trade barriers in their countries, and when the developing countries put some trade barrier over the trade activities of these countries, then they oppose that. On the other hand, WTO rules have forced the developing countries to remove trade barriers. So this WTO is advocating the removal of trade barrier in this sense that the removal of trade barrier will be helpful for the development of the developing countries, as the developed countries will enter to these developing countries and will create a lot of different kind of opportunities which helps in development of that country. An example of this is the current debate on trade in agricultural products. So let us discuss. So debate on trade practice. You have seen in chapter 2 that agriculture sector provide the bulk of employment and significant portion of GDP in India. As in the chapter 2, sectors of the economy where the different sectors plays a different role for the development of the country and contribute in the form of GDP and employment opportunities. This agriculture sector provide a bulk of employment and significant portion of the GDP in India. So here you can compare these two kind of forms, and this can resemble the developing countries form and the form activity, and this can resemble the form of developed countries and form activity. Ki how the big machines are used, how the kettles and small machines are used in developing countries and in developed countries. Compare this to a developed country such as the US with the share of GDP at 1% and its share in total employment a tiny 0.5%, and yet this very small percentage of people who are engaged in agriculture in the US receive massive sum of money from the US government for production and for exports uh, to other countries. So for production and export activities, the developed countries government provide, like US government provide a lot of subsidy, a lot of you can say the help to the farmers, so that the farmers should continue the farming activities and the economical ecological balance can be created and the food grain availability should be there. Means you can say self sufficiency can be maintained in the food availability in the country. Due to this massive money that they receive, US farmers can sell the farm product at our abnormally low prices. They can sell that grains or whatever they produce on their farm at very low price because a lot of subsidies, a lot of support from their government they are getting. So cost of production of these agricultural goods look very less for these farmers, so they are easily able to sell the goods at very low prices in the world market. The surplus farm products are sold in the other countries market at low prices, adversely affecting the farmer in these countries, means the developing countries. So developing countries are therefore asking the developed countries governments, we have reduced the trade barrier as per WTO rules, but you have ignored the rules of WTO and have continued to pay your farmers a vast sum of money. You have asked our governments to stop supporting our farmers, but you are doing so yourselves. So is this free or fair trade? So this kind of questions are raised by the farmers of developing countries, the farmer associations of developing countries in front of the developed countries. Thank you students. We'll meet in the next module. Good day, have a nice day. Enjoy your day.